Yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot, and that's why we kind of have these scrimmages. It's nice to be able to get everybody's identity on film and gauge where we're at. It's a progress, and you see you got the offense working and the defense working, and it's nice that we can go out there and compete against each other. Coach always tell us, and we always know iron sharpens iron. So when you're going against the best and competing against the best, that's what's going to bring the best out of you, and that's why these scrimmages are so important. You can see kind of the development. I would say the biggest development that we've seen so far is, each coach talks about it, each player talks about it, and that's our culture. That's something that we try ingrain every day through the 4th and 1, just how we do everything, how we live our life on and off the field. And our culture is so important, and that's what we work on.
It seemed like the defense did pretty well in some of the short yardage type situations today. Was that kind of your take too?
We do try to pride ourselves on the short yardage situations. I mean, our defense is built to stop the run, so we definitely try to put an emphasis on stopping the run in those short yard situations. I think we got some guys on the D-line like Micah and Tim that are stepping up and taking on bigger roles, and that's extremely helpful in those situations. It makes my job easier as a linebacker when I got D-line up there doing their job.
Do you feel like the defense kind of won the energy battle today, maybe?
I would like to say that. I'm not going to say anything negative about the offense, obviously, but they bring their own energy. We see it on the other sideline. It is a little bit of a competition. They get going a little bit, gets us going a little bit, but we definitely, as a defense, we do pride ourselves on bringing that juice, bringing the energy. So for sure, we do try to out juice them every opportunity we get to step on the field.
How effective did you feel like the pass rush was today? I know I saw you in there at least once, and then other guys too.
I feel like our pass rush has come along. We got some guys that are coming. We got Kieran coming off the edge. We got Nard coming off the edge. A couple other guys that are working. They continue to work their pass rush moves. Javante Mackey, we put him on the edge in our 3rd down package. So, we got some guys that are progressing and coming along. And I think it like I keep saying, it's a progression. You gotta start, and we're on practice. It's practice 7 or 8 of spring ball. So, you start to see guys that are really developing and building their talent as pass rushers for sure.
Coach mentioned that Jalen Rayner was somebody that stood out today. What was it like on the defensive side, just trying to contain him?
Yeah, he gets out here and there. He's been doing his thing, and for a kid who technically should be in high school, that's very impressive. And we talk about that on the defensive side. We got a high school kid running through our defense, so it's not, obviously as a defensive player, that's not something I like to see, but we are one team, so it is good to see. We got some guys that have playmaking abilities.
Charles, for you, talk about a leadership ability, and maybe, Coach is talking about looking for somebody else to step up. Obviously, the Park's out for the rest of the spring. Just talk about that, and maybe you being that guy, other guys kind of vying for that position.
Yeah, for sure. We got a couple guys, and to that point, I would say you want to have a leader in each position group, And Parks was for sure doing a good job at that, and the defensive backs. Straker and myself, Malik Straker and myself like to, kind of do what we can with the linebacker group, and then you got Hassler and a couple other guys in the D-line. But yeah, it definitely does open up opportunities for leadership, but Parks isn't on the field anymore, but he's definitely still there. I know you guys seen him on the sideline. He's bringing energy, and he's there, so he's definitely going to be a leader, which is super helpful because, as Coach Harley always tells us, leaders need leaders. And it is super helpful if you're trying to step into a leadership role that other leaders are around you and building you up and supporting you and helping you guys do the right thing and build that culture.
Impressions of today's scrimmage, which felt like you guys did good up front, and what you need to improve on?
Yeah, so I feel like a big thing that we need to improve on is just communication up front, building like a chemistry up front. We are like us up front, we're great outside, off the field, but it's just kind of getting to play with each other, kind of just like knowing things. You don't really have to say it, you just pass a guy off. I think another big thing is just continuing to hammer away at things. Sometimes we kind of get down when things don't go our way, and it's just kind of having a leader to step up and just keep our morale up is the big thing.
With that on-field communication, is there any way to fast forward that process, or does it just come with reps?
It just kind of comes with reps, yeah. So it's like seeing you can't get the same feel, watching film. It just kind of comes with reps and time and getting to know the guys that are next to you. So that's it.
What did you feel like the offense, played today?
I feel like the offense was just it was missing chances. It's just 1 or 2 steps away, a ball hitting a hand. It's close to hitting. Everything's close to hitting. A block, one block being missed, one guy missing an assignment. So it's not like every play is a negative play. There's always one guy that could do better, and then the play's a home run. So I think it's just one more. It's just like taking one more step, keep going, and then the first scrimmage is kind of rough. It's always a little hectic. So you got to base it off of your second, third scrimmage.
What's your overall impressions of seeing a young guy like Jalen Rayner have the success that he had today, being a guy who should really still be in high school at this point?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think, you have a guy who's super athletic, a guy who can throw the ball, a guy who can run, a guy who just says, like, screw it, I'm taking the ball from me and I'm going to do, I'm going to go score. So I think it's great, and I love seeing him go out there and play. I love seeing him get up in people's faces right after he trucks them, right after he scores a touchdown. So I think it's just like more to come. He's just going to get better and better.
Where do you feel like y'all want to progress, from here?
I think the number one area we need to progress, like I said, is communication, and then just kind of becoming more connected offense. Everything, when things get hectic, like I said, it just kind of falls apart sometimes. So guys just kind of lean on other guys to step up. So I feel like that's really just communication up front.
You talk about being connected. How important is it that you guys have made a big emphasis of doing that off the field as well as on? How much do you think that helps you guys, especially when things get tough and you hit adversity?
So a lot. I think it's a lot. Coach does the 4th and 1 program, which connects guys. I'm talking to guys that otherwise I wouldn't even know their last name, where they're from. So I get to know guys like really well, and it only advances your on-field communication, because you can go up to a guy when you know him, and you can talk to him, you can tell him, hey, this is what you did wrong. But when you kind of don't know a guy, you don't want to come off as a jerk. You don't want to come off as like, I'm just being mean because I want to be the hoorah guy. So I think really what it is it just makes things so much easier to go up to a guy and say, this is what we need to do, this is what you did wrong, and this is how we can fix it. And that just starts with off the field.
And then playing center, like, you've got to be pretty much the leader of the offensive line there.
Yeah.
What do you do to step into a room and try and step up and be a leader immediately, even just as you're getting to know guys?
Yeah, so I mean it's a little tough, especially because there's not as many guys return, so it's kind of everybody's new. I had to get to know everybody when I first got here, so I feel like the most important thing was to just to let guys know that, like, I want the same thing as they do. I want to win just the same as they do. So like when I'm asking questions, or when I get a little upset after a play, I'm not doing it because I'm not doing it like for me. I'm doing it for them. I want us to see us succeed. I want to see another guy go pancake another dude, and we hit it for a long. I want to see them to see just as much as I do. So I feel like just letting them know that that I want it just as bad as they do, and then just getting to know them.